Hey, what's up everybody? Morph here. Recently, I found this game Voidling Bound and I am absolutely addicted to the game. It is a creature collecting game. Think of Duet Night Abyss gameplay and grind plus a creature collecting, make the perfect Voidling or monster. There's breeding involved, there's gene splicing, everything you can think of in a creature collecting game, it's in this game. And the build potential is through the roof, making your voidlings unique. It's very good. It's very fun. And if you haven't tried it, give it a try. It's only like $10 or $11. Really cheap, worth the price if you ask me. If you like grindy games. Alright, for today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my latest Voidling build. My Ur-Sek is absolutely broken. This kind of broke the game for me. I'm playing on a hard difficulty. It's not the easy baby hold my hand mode. Nope. It's actually hard, but this build just makes it super easy and busted. Here we go. Our Ur-Sek is right here. It's already been spliced. Nope, it's not yet a rare Ur-Sek or anything. I've made those, I've bred those, but this one specifically, it just had so much raw stat that I had to build on it. Alright, I'll explain in just a little bit. Alright, let's start off with the stats right here. When you have STR, it gives you attack power and crit damage. Essence will give you elemental damage, not really important. Vitality, some health, some armor, and stamina so that you can attack more. Recuperation is for reloading, not important with this character. Agility for fire rate, speed, and critical hit chance. Very important for this voidling or monster, whatever. Right? So how was I able to get so much stats while only being level 19? Theoretically, if you're not level 19, you only have 19 stat points, or a little bit more. Not as many. It all comes to breeding. I was able to breed an Ur-Sek that had exceptionally athletic stats. Meaning, you see this blue bar? That's what I got. The blue part is the genes that I got, which equated to about 9 or 10 points in STR and 8 in agility. It was absolutely cracked when I bred it. When I saw the stats, I had to build on it, even though it's just a regular Ur-Sek. Well worth it though. Right? So on the genes, I got Crown Mandible for the +1 STR, Serrated Arms for +1 STR, again Spike Back for STR, and Infested Paws for Vit. These genes are this yellow part right here. So that's the stats there. That's where it came from. The gray part is all from levels and stats. That's me individually putting stats into this thing. Right? For my perks, I got Spiked Exoskeleton. On block, it will stun enemies. So when people attack me during my blocking phase, they get stunned. Sitting Duck, deal double damage to enemies affected by Float. Float is a debuff on an enemy which puts them in a bubble and puts them to the sky and they float up there and you deal more damage to floating enemies. I got Mudsling as my last perk. This can actually be adjusted later on, but it's pretty nice to have that speed and armor so that when you aren't able to block, because you won't be able to block some AoEs, at least your armor will mitigate it. And having that speed bonus plus your defensive blind charge ability, it will speed up your blind charge and it will work even though you're outside of the mud. The slow Ur-Sek is not a thing with this build, especially since it has a lot of agility and it also has the speed bonus from Mudsling and our blind charge. Right, so that's it for the raw stats and the genes and the perks. Let me explain the abilities, why I chose these abilities, because you can choose what abilities your Voidling has. Even though it's outside of your evolutionary chain, I will explain it on the splicing section of the video. So my primary is guarded swing, so that whenever I do a basic attack with my bear form, it blocks. So instantly works with my spike exoskeleton perk. My second ability is levitating pits. This makes it so that I like puke some, I don't know, it's like I spit my spit out, and it makes like an AoE field on the floor that makes people float up into the sky, which then works with sitting ducks, right? This is the ability that makes them all float. And it's nice because when you make the puddle, it stays there for a long time. Enemies will touch it on their own, and they will float in the sky, and when you attack them, they get one-shotted. Even bosses. Right, so my tertiary ability, which is my E, is a AoE coned roar. It's pretty cool because when you roar on bear form, you make it so that the enemy deals less damage reduction, this is a bear build. All you do here is use your bear form. You never go into the insect form because it's a DPS and survivability deficit, at least for my build. Right? If you are in insect form, it will apply armor reduction in a wide area, making enemies like weaker. It's pretty good too, but the bear form is just too good, and it's like I'm indestructible in the bear form. The defensive ability is the blind charge. This is just you using your shift ability. You just go into a really fast dashing charge motion thingy, and this works well with this mudsling right here. The speed bonus you get from this applies while you're in blind charge. Really nice combo. Plus, with the extra agility, you move around faster while you're charging around. This is your main source of movement if you want to move fast in the map or trying to reach certain things without spamming your attacks. The ultimate, this is the one where you transform between the two forms. When you do the when you transform from Sek to it does the bear thing, does a big slam on the enemies, big damage. But like I said, you don't need to transform in this build, just stay in your bear form. Now, how was I able to do all of this? It's because I spliced up the genes. I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. So if you go to the splicing station, you select the Ur-Sek thing. Here's if you want to change your parts, this is where, like if you want the recuperation for whatever reason or essence, you change it to this thing, right? You change the horns. Same with the back piece, you can change it for just a little bit of stats, plus they look cooler depending on how you build your Voidling. Now when it comes to the abilities, this is kind of cool because you're able to change your elemental property if you want to, right? But obviously the best one in the game is Plasma because it's effective to everything. It's not highly effective, but it's effective, meaning there's no weakness to any of these things. You can run this Voidling on any enemy or any map. So the abilities here is where you can change it a little bit. You cannot use a ability outside of your Voidling family, meaning you can only use Ur-Sek ones, but you are able to change it depending on what you have available unlocked on the evolutionary chain. So you need to, if you want more abilities that you can trade between, even though, like, how do I explain it? I evolved my Ur-Sek to have guarded swings, but I can splice it into another Ur-Sek basic or primary ability, as long as you have it unlocked. To unlock it, you need to evolve more Ur-Seks into getting these abilities, right? So even though I built it for guarded swings, I can go to concussive blows if I really wanted. Your bashes apply stun to enemies, which kind of works cool too. but having the block is better, and I'm able to stun anyway because of this thing. That's why this is better, right? So here's where you need a little bit of evolution, or like you need to unlock some evolutions to make this build work, because you need levitating pits. If you're going to go through the guarded swing evolution path, you're not going to be able to unlock levitating pits. It's going to give you something else. I think it's like you get bile up or something like that. That's why you need to make more Ur-Seks to unlock the ability so that you can splice into levitating pits. Because this is the one that's gonna make you just one-shot bosses. Absolutely powerful abilities when you make them float. Also, the perks. This perk right here comes from the Ur-Sek line, which is the spiked exoskeleton. However, this perk right here, which is Sitting Duck, comes from the golden egg of this jellyfish looking thing. You're able to get, you probably have this unlocked already. You find it on one of the maps that you do earlier on. You look around the map, look for a golden egg, and then hatch it, and you'll unlock this perk right here. Deal double damage to enemies affected by float. It's really strong and very powerful. As you can see right here on this perk, right, my last one, again, it's on the Ur-Sek line. So unlocking different evolutions will unlock you more perks and other things that you can combine in. The nice thing about this game is you can get 3 perks, and you can get it all from other monsters, right? Like this one, I could actually do this. Hitting an enemy affected by float makes it pop, removing float and deal a burst of damage in a wide area. I can combine this with my current build and remove this. However, I do prefer having that speed armor. So yeah, that's splicing in a nutshell. And you have to pay like a special currency, which is farmable. You don't need to buy anything in this game. There's nothing to buy. You farm all the parts, all the materials. There's the splicing currency. All the things that you need are in the game. You just have to keep playing, which is why it's a very fun game. Alright, so for the enhancement part of the video, if you have the necessary points, you might as well get everything here for the Ur-Sek. But if you don't, then these are the important ones that you're gonna want to focus on. Of course, get the symbiotes maxed out. This is so that you heal faster, and the amount of health that you get is much greater. Increases health transfer speed by 100%, so it's better. Also, you're gonna want to get Ur's Blood Hunger. Ur's bashes regain 2.5% of its max health when damaging enemies affected by bleed. This is pretty good for healing your bear. And as you can see here, your serrated claws apply bleed. So whenever you attack with the bear, it starts to bleed, right? So that plus that is pretty good. Now, you can also further improve this by upgrading your bash to get more damage out of it. To get all of these points. This one, if you hold down your primary ability, it does like a stun charge thing. It does like a double claw attack thing, so it's a 2-part damager. So this is also pretty nice. It's a pretty decent gap closer as well. So getting this is pretty important. Now for the roar, this thing is actually really good. It does damage reduction. It does a little bit of a knockback. It's a good AoE. And it also gives you more damage depending on how many enemies are affected by the roar. So you can roar at a boss, for example. You float them first and then you roar at them. Right? So again, this one is the bile up, which is when you spit. This will give it so that you gain speed after casting bile. Nice little bonus. You store more bile projectiles, so there's another circle or two, whatever. This one is makes the puddle that it leaves behind last longer. So more floaty, chance to float stuff. Yeah, other than that, get everything that increases your ore damage. So this one does it a little bit. Ur passively has one additional armor stack, so get this. And then get this one. You gain one stack whenever you swap, although you're never gonna swap. You mostly just want this one. The sturdy shoulder pads. It's pretty nice to have an extra layer of armor. Right, so that's basically it. The blind charge, just get everything. This gives you more armor, so while you're charging, you defend more. You also have an invul period if you want to get this thing. After you hit an enemy, you have invulnerability for a little bit. Head-on collision creates a powerful blast when blind charge meets interacts with enemy. It all works out. Makes you tanky, makes you invul. Yeah, is all the good stuff. Basically get all the stuff. So yeah, guys, that's my Ur-Sek absolutely broken one-shot build. There you go. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment below, let me know what you think. Are you guys playing Voidling Bound? Did I convince you to give this game a try? It's very good. I am having a lot of fun playing it. So play it too. That's it for this video. I'll see you all on the next one. Peace.